Good afternoon, YouTube. Well, as you can see, we've made quite a big hole in our mulch pile, but not big enough. As you can see, it goes right around to the end. Anyway, I'll show you now what we've been doing over the weekend. So hopefully you can see. We've mulched this area, done all that on the weekend. Didn't take too long. You know, my husband's pretty good. He loads up the mulch into a wheelbarrow, and I just chuck it around, you know, with my hands, put some gloves on, and then he sometimes comes along with a big bucket and he can flick it out of the bucket better than I can because the bucket's a bit heavy. But it's certainly looking a lot better. There's no way finished, but we're getting there. We will do it slowly because it's still winter here, so there's no real big hurry. But I got evidence of daffodils coming up, and then these are the ones I rescued last year, if you remember, from my son. And obviously they didn't come to anything last year because you know, I rescued them at this stage, and one or two of them flowered, but the rest didn't do anything. So over here I've still got my, still not split down the polyanthus, but that's okay, I'm not too bothered. If you look down here, you'll see, can you see where the leaves are on the path, the polyantha leaves? That is rabbits or hares, would you believe. They come bunnying along or bouncing along. They chew off leaves and they actually leave them in situ like that. They don't eat them, and it's just like a warning for other hares or bunnies, or you know, an alarm system to say this is our territory, which is bloody annoying, to be honest. Anyway, so as you can see, I've still got this area to do, just down through here. Not a lot, you know, just put a thin layer on for now, because you know, we only done it last year, so we just need to top up. One of the daffodils is flowering there, but it's fallen over. Oops, there, you can see it falling over. But you know, things are coming on a treat. It's a lovely day today. Got those lovely purple with the red eye, not petunias, either polyanthus or primulas or primroses. They're all the same to me. So yeah, might top this bit up with a bit of mulch in areas, but I did do this quite thick last year when this tree come down behind me by the orchid house, and we moved a few things around. So you know, what you can see is just the leaves on top, but may put a little bit in there just to top it up. So as you can see, the pond needs a bit of a tidy up. Wasn't any, oh, there's a fish just there, if you can see him, quite a big one. But a lot of them are hidden down in this oxygen weed now, down the bottom of the pond, because it's getting cold. We had quite a big frost last night, so there won't be many fish up. Yeah, not many at all. So you can see all that needs to tidy up. Some of the stones have fallen into the pond. So this is the next major job, which I might wait until it's a bit warmer to do. Does actually need a bit of a top up actually, so I'll do that today, because the water's normally above that stone what the fish is sat on. So I'll give it a bit of a top up today. So I've mulched out the side here. Just step down. Oops. And I've put a load of freesias in here. So in all around here, John, my husband, also bought, as well as the cyclamen reduced, he bought a load of freesia bulbs. I think it was 200 freesia bulbs and 500 anemone bulbs. So I just dug a big hole and planted them in groups. I'm not going to go around and do 200 singly, because, you know, that would wear me out. But I've put several groups in this bed here, and I think I've put a few in here just a few in here. There is a few little patches of anemones in this area, so we've re-mulched that and put a few in. And the rest of the anemones went over into the big bank, as I call it. So I'll show you where over 40 cyclamen, and if you look down through, there's hardly any. I couldn't put any here. Like I say, I've got a big patch of Solomon seal, so every time I moved some mulch out the way, there was a little one popping up, so I didn't want to disturb that patch. And I've also got a patch of sort of like baby's breath or gypsophilia, whatever you want to call it, in here, and other things in here. So that was the only place I could find that didn't have anything in it, so I popped a red one in there. I can just about see these from my kitchen window, which is great. So popped a few in here, see down through, and mulched it all up, got it all tidied up. You can see it's icy. It's frozen this morning, but you know, they don't go very far. I mean, I think that's probably the best view of them here, where I did put quite a few in this area. But it's like when you've got a big garden, you need to buy things by 50s and 100 really, especially if you want to put them in spread them out. I could have put them in one big group, but like I say, I have got other things planted in here, like dahlias and stuff, so I think I only disturbed 2 lots of tubers when I were putting them in, so that was quite good. So I put quite a few more in this area here. As you can see, I've got forget-me-nots coming up. I've got foxgloves. I've got this lovely, which reminds me of just a large buttercup. This is flowering now, and obviously there's cyclamen in around here. That bird. And again here, which is what I put in originally, and a lot of forget-me-nots. Fine, it pulls out easy. If it's going to do a good ground cover to keep things, the bad weeds, as I call it, out the way, then that's great. I did put a couple of, what did I put in here? Freesias in here, I think. My husband put some groups of anemones along here. So that's this area all tidied up now. And then the smaller bank, as I call it, that's still looking fairly good in the sun. So it gets a bit of sun this time of the year. Not a lot happening here. It's all just going along, ticking along. I see this, I'm in my own shadow now, aren't I? This, oh my goodness, I've ate my words. Can't think of the name of it now. But this little, nope, can't think of the name of it, but it's still flowering. And it's looking very pretty. So, yeah. So, I keep wanting to say it's called freesia, and it's not freesia. It begins with F. It's funny, I can always remember what things begin with, but finding the actual word, it's these. Oh dear. Oh, I'll figure it. When I finish filming, I'll figure it out. So I've got a few daffodils coming up there, and that's about it really. Not much else happening around the front of the house. We've planted up some polyanthus and some cyclamen and some other bits and pieces in here. And there is a load of daffodil bulbs, like I've said. We've got, I think it was over 100 my husband put in here, of Tate daffodils, the little ones. So anyway, that's all for now. So I am going to upload this today at some point, but I'm having a lot of trouble with YouTube at the moment, or not YouTube, but my internet connection. We've swapped over to a new company. It was great at first, but as time's gone on, it's got slower and slower and slower. Like the other day, I tried to upload a video, because I've got 2 channels. I've just started another channel, and that's about me trying to go sugar-free. and that's a warts and all channel where I actually show myself and I talk about how I feel about, you know, being overweight and what have you. And it's called I'm Going Sugar Free. Anyway, my first video, 15 minutes long, just talking about me and how I plan on doing this, and it took all day to load, which is ridiculous. So anyway, that's enough blabbing, but yeah, I'll get this one loaded up as soon as I can. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like or dislike and subscribe, and I'll catch you later. Bye for now.